Hey viewers, welcome to another game of the Casual Pro Gamer. Today we are doing another 1 vs 1 StarCraft match between EmpireKas as the Terran in the... well, what's this? Yeah, just left side of the map, I guess. And KSRainMan as the Zerg on the right side of the map. So another Terran versus Zerg. Yeah, seems that it is loaded with that today. Or, well, for you, the last couple of days, because I'm releasing one a day. It seems that people only want to see one a day, and I can easily put out more if you want to, if you want more. But yeah, well, I have to see that in the viewer numbers. Every time I put out multiple games, yeah, it kind of disrupts the amount of viewers, and I basically get less viewers with more games, and that's kind of strange, but that's the way it is. So yeah, that's why one game a day, but I'm trying to put out one every day, and sometimes I do tend to forget, or well, sometimes I do forget, I meant to say, to put one out, because, well, I make these, for example, today I make about 6 games or 7 games, and then I upload them all to YouTube and release them one a day. And sometimes I forget to refresh the list, like when it's almost done, and then I skip a day. But yeah, well, that's the way it goes sometimes. I do have other things to do than make StarCraft commentaries, unfortunately. Oh, that would be awesome. If I could make my money just making StarCraft commentaries, that would be so much better. Also, I would be so much better, and that would be great as well. So we see the fast expansion. We see no spawning pool yet. We do see the extractor. Oh, hang on. Spawning pool is coming up. Never mind that. So refinery, command center, and a very late barracks with a supply depot. Of course, that is because he wanted the command center first. This is a really big map, and that is why he's... it's a 4-player map, and apparently, seeing the scouting pattern, he is not... or they're not spawning opposite each other every time. It's just a coincidence. And this Overlord is going to spot this base coming up, though, and that might actually be a problem, because this base is, of course, not very well defended. You can run in through the front, and since he doesn't have any troops yet, well, the Zerg player doesn't have any troops either, but yeah, since he doesn't have any troops yet, he could have been in trouble there. Of course, it's a risky strategic decision to go for an early army as the Zerg player. Because if you can't find your opponent, or if you can't do enough damage with that early army, you're going to be so far behind that you can't really come back, and that's a really big problem. So anyhow, we see the hatchery coming up, or, well, no, being saturated, I meant. We see, well, the queen's already out, of course. The queens are going to make sure that he spawns more and more units, and he is from now on able to just look on this watchtower, or with these, well, with whatever unit he has in the vicinity. He can see when the army moves out, and then he can make his own army. So he doesn't really need to do anything else. He does see that there's only 1 marine in there. And he's going to leave one of them over here, I guess, and maybe one of them over here somewhere. I don't know. I don't know what another attack route would be, but I guess, yeah, this is still out of range. So he might actually move one of them over there, or over here, of course, because that's the same deal. The range is up to here, and these players, of course, know that, so they will move their army around if they want to be sneaky. But of course, the Zerglings are streaming in now, and he's not going for the defensive build this time. We see a lot of Zerg players go for that defensive action in the early game, and look, just 3 SCVs while chasing these Hellions. He gets a number of 3 SCVs, and then of course the bunker is going to go down because there are no SCVs to defend it, repair it, and then, well, one more SCV, and then he moves out. New bunker is going to come up, of course, because that's the way that works. And yeah, everything is good again with the world. The Zelnaga tower captured by the Zerg player, and as I said, he can just build economy up until the point where he needs an army, and then the army will be there within 30 seconds, assuming that he has enough larvae available. But the larvae spawn in I don't know. I guess it's in about 30 seconds or so. I don't really know. Maybe a little bit more, maybe a little bit less. I don't really know these timings. I normally just see from the animation when it's done. It doesn't really matter. So at most you need a 60-second warning on when people are moving out or when troops are moving out. But he didn't get that warning here, and he is making 18 Zerglings. They are coming up right now. And let's see if they can actually do something, because against the Hellions it's going to be hard to do something. Yeah, there's the rest of the troop. So his early warning system not working because he doesn't have one. He doesn't have this watchtower anymore, and he doesn't have any overlords out to warn him. He does have one over here, but that's just seeing this one dude probably, and not a whole lot else. So we see some anti-air units coming in, and they are going to kill this overseer because there are no anti-air units except for the queen. But the queen is not going to scare off these guys. No, he's just going to get another overlord. Overseer, of course, more costly, and another overlord is going to go down. It's really annoying because he's now under his limit, so he had to produce some more overlords, and they just spawned. But yeah, those few seconds that he couldn't build anything, those may actually prove to be important. But it depends on what the Terran player is going to do, of course. If he's just going to sit around doing nothing like he's doing now, then that's not going to matter, because the army is not going to matter whether that's up now or a few seconds later. But oh, wow, the transfusion, exactly enough. Double transfusion, saving the overlord. And wow, that was some very nice play. It does mean that he doesn't get to spawn larvae or build some creep tumors, but it's all good. Yeah, this Zergling is just here to scout. It's not here to take out this orbital command. Yeah, it does get killed, but it did see what it needed to see, and yeah, it makes these guys just attack these destructible debris field, and yeah, after that goes down, he may actually be able to snipe all of the workers over here. But this guy didn't see it yet. So he has no vision over this, so that may be the problem. Now he does have vision over it. And oh, yeah, nothing is going to happen, but the destructible debris is going to go down in a moment. Oh, he's not going to take it out. Okay, that's cool too. So yeah, the tanks were completely unprotected, and that's why he's going in here, spawning all kinds of infested Terrans, and of course running in with the Zerglings. And with the fungal growth, yeah, that is going to be the end of that. No fungal growth? No! Oh, the medevacs actually get away. But yeah, the workers are not going to get away. Well, some of them are. He picked up 6 of them. And it seems that the infested Terrans are trying to find some new targets to kill. They get a free SCV kill, and they're going to, well, not do anything else because they timed out. And wow, just a whole bunch of stuff. It seems that all of the infestors are out of energy though. This one might actually still have enough for fungal growth. Yeah, he has enough. That's just the only one. And of course, without the energy for the fungal growth, it's kind of hard to go up against those marines because they can maneuver quite quickly. Of course, the Zerglings are way quicker, but they will take quite some hits from that maneuvering. And look, he got burrow, which means that this guy is going to have to build a missile turret, or build a raven, or scan to get rid of these Zerglings. Which really sucks, because, well, all of that costs money, or resources which you don't want to spend on that. The Zerglings can actually try to take out this turret, but he still hasn't killed the Zerglings. There you go, finally killing that, and finally getting to land his command center. And that of course is what he wanted to do. So the SCV's repairing the command center and now not doing anything. There you go. There you go. So yeah, everything is okay for both of them, it seems. But the Zerg player is just expanding way more. He already has a big army out. He has 4 bases versus 3. But he's just more aggressive in his expansion, also in his control of the map. These creep tumors just give him a lot of vision. And are they going to see this though? They're not going to. But the Zerglings are there to catch on. And yeah, they are going to do some damage here. But they're not enough. So the Marines actually doing quite a bit of damage there. And all of the Marines should be able, to heal up here. There you go. Everyone up to full health again, or about full health. And he's going to try again, but not over here because there are too many Zerglings out. He's going to drop a little bit out of the way. Yeah, drop out everyone first. Then go in, do some damage, and keep them to the edge. Because he doesn't want to get surrounded by everyone. And yeah. Most of them got picked up again. He did some damage, but not enough, I think, to warrant his APM there. So it just took too much work to get that small of an advantage. That is, of course, if you consider APM to be a resource. APM being your actions per minute, for those of you who don't know. You can only do a limited amount of things every second or every minute, every time period, I guess. So everything you do has to be cost efficient. And oh, that's a changeling over here. Can that actually? No, it's this Zergling holding the watchtower. I was wondering whether the changeling could hold the watchtower. So yeah, it seems that the big Zerg army is just sitting around doing nothing. He has been building that up quite nicely. The Broodlords, yeah, they are the kings of this army, but he will need some anti-air defense to keep them safe. And anti-ground defense, but he had anti-ground defense in his Zerglings. And the Zerglings are going to be able to hold off these Marines, especially with the help of those Broodlords. But yeah, here are the Corruptors. That's his anti-air defense. And oh, I was wondering where these guys were. So just a little bit of a squirrel in mid. Not a big deal. Just a little bit. And yeah, there is this. The changeling is still here. And he is not attacking that yet. Normally we see people being very capable to detect those changelings. And there you have it. The air units trying to attack the air units, or the Broodlords trying to attack the tanks, and the tanks trying to attack the Zerglings. And the infestors, of course. And all in all, it is just going to be very hard to deal with. The Thor is going to go down almost instantly. That would have been the changing, well, the decider, I guess, in this air versus air battle. And did he do enough damage? It seems that he did do enough damage, and all of these Broodlords are going to go down if he's not quick on the uptake and if he doesn't have any more anti-air. Yeah, he's grouping up his anti-air because he knows he needs a couple of them at least. So he has 3 of them now, but that's not enough. At least they can take some fire away from those Broodlords, because oh, more Vikings coming in. The Vikings and the Marines coming in to defeat those Broodlords. It is, however, the Zergling fleet that's coming in to defeat this, and then the Corruptors are in. 6 more Corruptors underway, and he keeps some of his Broodlords at least. He has what? Oh, come on. He has 5 remaining. Yeah, at full health. And yeah, it seems that the air battle is finally won by the Zerg. The Zerg, of course, should be able to win this air battle if he wants to. Well, if he wants to use Broodlords, he should be able to win that that battle, because then he knows he needs to have only those anti-air defense, well, thingies, the Corruptors, because all of the rest is really not that important. And just look at the amount of damage they do. Well, both of the anti-air units, because the Vikings also do a lot of damage to air units. And yeah, he only needs those Corruptors to hold off the air units, and the moment these Broodlords are free to attack whatever they want, it is over. And that's exactly what it is right now, because that's the last Viking, and the Viking goes down. So now the Broodlords can just shoot at whatever they want to. And yep, the battle is over. The battle is won by the Zerg. And yeah, that was a very nice battle actually. Broodlords all over the place and trying to do some damage, while the Corruptors were in the front taking out the main anti-air units, which are the Vikings, of course. And the Vikings, yeah, just couldn't make it work against the Corruptors because there were just too many of them. He just kept streaming in Corruptors, while these starports, yeah, they can only produce 2 Vikings at a time, and the Zerg player can produce, well, a number of units based on the amount of larvae he has. And you can have like 10 larvae, well, at least 8, at each of your hatcheries, and you can have an infinite number of hatcheries. Of course, that all depends on how many you build, and each one costs 300. So, guess you can't have an infinite number, but well, you can have a pretty decent amount. So he has 2 here, and then a 3rd one, 4th one, 5th one. So he can make a crap ton of these Corruptors, well, at any given moment. And yeah, they can morph into the Broodlords if he needs more Broodlords. But for the rest, it's just about the anti-air defense. And yeah, the command center goes down, because even if it lifts, then it doesn't matter. I don't know what he was talking about, crazy skill. Did I miss something here? Oh. Did I miss a play here? Because this is just the Broodlords attacking, and yeah, the Terran player not really able to do anything about it. I think I missed it because it was a little bit in front of that fight. Let's see. I want to give you guys a good overview of what's happening here. No, it just seems, I mean, he doesn't have any anti-air. He has 3 Vikings against what, like 12 Corruptors? Well, 11 now, but And oh, over here we have the Zerglings coming in to snipe that, but no, there's nothing happening here that that requires skill. So I don't know what he was talking about, but it was a very good fight. Okay, he actually has the corruption skill, but I don't think he used that at any point. Well, anyway, it doesn't matter. So the Terran player coming in here, trying to do a last-ditch effort, trying to get his Marines to do damage, but as you can see, they have to focus those Zerglings. They do get a few units here, of course, but it's not going to matter in the long run, I think. Although this is the only mining base. No, it's not the only mining base, but it is a pretty decent one. Yeah, so our Terran player a little bit pissed off about the fact that he lost to random crap, but it's not random crap. It's a really good combination of units. Well, it's actually just one unit. So as long as you can have corruptors out, you win the air-to-air battle, and with the Broodlords out, you should win the ground battle as well. So of course, this combination is very vulnerable to, for example, Marines, which can shoot the air units but cannot be shot by the corruptors. So these corruptors would be completely useless, and the Broodlords would have to fend for themselves. But of course, because the Broodlords spawn these swarms of broodlings, it's very hard for the Marines to get to the Broodlords, and that's exactly what he was complaining about, I guess. It's really, yeah, it's not a hard tactic. It's a really good combination of units, and especially if you supplement that with, because you have a lot of minerals left over if you just build Broodlords and Corruptors. I'm not actually sure. Oh, I can't see that. Not sure if the Corruptors cost any gas though. But I think you have a lot of minerals left over, and if you build Zerglings from those, then you have a way to hold off the Marines permanently, and you basically can't lose anymore. So really good strategy. It's a shame that he got pissed off, but I guess these guys just play a lot of games, and every now and then they see an unconventional strategy like this, and they just get pissed off because of it, because their strategy works like 80% of the games, and then they go up against a strategy like this, and all of a sudden it doesn't work anymore. Anyway, hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next time. GG!